Long time no quick takes. It might be hard to believe, but I've been compiling links and notes for this episode ever since the last one released in September, which I can't even believe it's been that long. It was looking like this episode was going to come out in November, but then I jumped down the Persona 5 Scramble rabbit hole more than once and released separate videos about that, along with every other video I've released since then. And now that I've finally successfully gotten through my notes, tried to refine my process of how I actually make quick takes to make it more regular, hopefully I've got things down a bit more going forward. But enough about the series, there's plenty of JRPG news that I still think is interesting to talk about, from game delays to new ones. So thank you for your patience, and let's get right into this episode of JRPG Quick Takes. About a week and a month before it was supposed to come out, Koei Tecmo and Gus announced that their upcoming Fairy Tail game will be delayed, now releasing on June 25th of this year. In a quote from its producer Keisuke Kikuchi, the reason for the delay is to ensure that the game is at a good standard quality-wise, since they want to make it more polished and improve the game's balance among other things to make it a more satisfying game, and that's a reason I can't argue with, so I hope that this time makes it play as good as its trailers makes it look. In other news, they did also announce that the Digital Deluxe Edition will include a Ryza costume for the character Lucy, which looks like it'll suit her, so if I do try this game, that'll be something I'll be looking forward to, because who doesn't love wearing a Ryza costume inside another Gust game? So until it's out, let's look forward to more announcements and progress reports soon, but I'm glad to see they're focusing on quality right now. As the title says, and most people know by now, Final Fantasy VII Remake has also been delayed to April 10th this year, a month and a week after its originally scheduled release. I was personally pretty surprised by this delay, as it was announced not long after talk of a demo listing and a great trailer released at the time of the Game Awards. However, it is what it is, and it's understandable why some fans are upset at this point, as it took so long to get a release date for this game only for it to be delayed again. I don't really mind the delay personally though. As I said with Fairy Tail, I'm one of those people with the if it'll make for a better game, go for it mindset, and it clears up my calendar to pretty much 100% play Persona 5 Royal in March, so it's not a big issue for me as long as they stick to this one. As for if they will, I think it's pretty likely this time, since the delay is mostly just to apply final polish, and the game just received a new theme song trailer that shows things are moving along, which, side note, I adore that song so far. Additionally, Square Enix has also extended the timed exclusivity of Final Fantasy VII Remake to April next year as well, and they've also set a new Square Enix Cafe event in Japan for around the time of the new release date. So while the second of those is something that is more of a personal interest of mine, I really don't think they would be doing those things if they were going to delay the game again. So hopefully this is it, and we can just spend the next couple of months getting excited for the actual release, and then it will be out and all will be good. As I said with Fairy Tail, as long as it looks anywhere near as good as it does in trailers, I'm more than happy to wait so that when I play it, it's really good. So fingers crossed they're making it that great, and hopefully we hear more or see more from it soon. Every time I've tried to make this quick takes video, I've ended up putting it on hold and making an entire video about Persona 5 Scramble, which is still true recently as I just made a first impressions video on the demo. But now I'm doing my best to keep everything inside this video, and I think there's just the right amount of information for me to do so. That's not to say there isn't plenty of Scramble news though, with new character trailers, its exciting second promo video, and 2 Megano Sushin episodes since I last talked about it in this series, including one where they finally revealed the 5th location that will be visited in Scramble. I'll leave links to all these videos so you can catch yourself up if you like, but here's a quick run through of all the must-know information. The second promo video showed a lot of cool things to be excited about, including great-looking environments, stylish exploration with things like snowboarding, and a dark Joka. The game also showed the cooking mechanic that was previously spotted in the Abuma stream, along with Mikoto and Joka hanging out on a Ferris wheel, which has me wondering how and if confidants will be something that will be in Scramble. For all those things and more, this is a must-watch trailer if you want to get hyped for this game, so I highly recommend giving a look to see everything else in it as well. There have also been 2 more Mogana Sushin episodes, including the most recent one finally revealing that Kyoto will be the other location in this game, and it seems to be an important area plot-wise. It's new character Zenkichi's hometown where his Phantom Thief's adoring daughter lives, and there seems to be a jail dungeon based around Kyoto too, featuring some cool historical aspects of the area that you can run through that should be a lot of fun. A major point in this dungeon is also that it seems to be where we'll see Zenkichi in action as a Phantom Thief. He got his own character trailer too, with his Phantom Thief codename being Wolf, and he'll be added to the roster of playable characters, with his fighting style seeming to be using a large sword, and he looks like he makes cringy jokes as well, so that should make him a good addition to the party, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of what his role will be in the story. That's most of the Persona 5 Scramble news I've seen for now. There will be a live stream the night before the game releases that looks like it'll have a bunch of performances to celebrate the launch, along with gameplay, and there's also the Japanese demo if people want to get hands-on with the game, which I highly recommend doing as its action gameplay is a lot of fun. One final piece of Persona news before the next part of the video is that Atlus may be considering porting other Persona and Shin Megami Tensei games based on their recent survey that asked if players would be interested in seeing a bunch of Persona titles, including all the main ones and Persona Q, which yes, we do need on Switch because I don't think I'll ever get to my 3DS copy otherwise, and also they asked about Shin Megami Tensei games, including Nocturne and Apocalypse, and even some Devil Summoner games and other Atlus picks. Atlus ended up closing the survey early as it had a record number of participants, hopefully because of the Switch portion of the survey, so since I know many of you guys and myself would love to see many of these games on the console, hopefully they heard it loud and clear, and hopefully we see Persona 5 Scramble having success on that console too to get the ball rolling. One fateful day in December, I was walking to work when I received a very exciting tweet, thank you Tamikos, with links from Gematsu announcing that new Trails games were on the way. Keep in mind as I talk about them that these haven't been announced for the West yet, but the announcements included that Zero no Kiseki and Ao no Kiseki, aka the Crossbell arc, will be re-released on PS4 in spring, with Zero no Kiseki coming out on April 23rd and Ao no Kiseki coming out May 28th in Japan. The other announcement was a new game called Hajimari no Kiseki, which Gematsu translated to Trails of the Beginning, which is due for summer this year and will feature multiple switchable story arcs, over 50 playable characters, and is said to be an ambitious title that will lead to the series' conclusion. All those titles are ones I want to play so far, but especially the Crossbell arc, since it will likely be some of the background story required for Hajimari no Kiseki and Trails of Cold Steel 4. Aside from the usual high-speed modes and frame rates that will bring the Crossbell arc into being more modern, they're also supposed to be adding in characters like Yuna into the story since her hometown was Crossbell in Cold Steel 3, so it'd be really cool to have a connection between the last Trails game I played and this re-release one that makes the idea of going back in the series feel like something I want to do even more, especially with a console I used almost daily. There's more info to come for these games, including trailers which I hope we see soon, and hopefully some localization announcements, so fingers crossed we hear more sooner rather than later, and I'll be hoping we get some more Trails in English sometime this year. There's been a lot on my list for this video that I've had to condense, as either what I was going to talk about is already out, so it isn't really news anymore, or it doesn't excite me as much as it used to. But despite that, there are still lots of things I am excited for, so here are some smaller stories that I've been sitting on and wanting to talk about in terms of more upcoming JRPGs and related news. A game that just slipped my most anticipated games list was Bravely Default 2, but rest assured I am excited for it. Announced with a small teaser trailer in December, Bravely Default 2 will be an all-new story with new characters, perfect for someone like myself who unfortunately missed the games on 3DS, and the trailer kinda gave me Octopath Traveler vibes in a way that got me instantly keen for it. There hasn't been much news about it since its trailer dropped, but I'm excited to see this one come to Switch, and hope we get a date for it soon. I had Death End Request 2's February release date for Japan on this list before, but it'll likely be out by the time this is up, so instead I wanted to show a little bit of it, including some of its cool looking trailers. There's been a lot of info about it since I last covered it, and I haven't fully kept up with everything, but I do know that Bad Ends will be making a comeback in the game. There seems to be a time and date element in this one, and the transformations from the first game will be making a return along with the bug-filled battlefield. All of it looks great so far, we just need to hear if it will be coming to the West, so I'll be crossing my fingers that we hear something about it within the next few months. When I think of old older Ys games, I think of a more retro-looking feel that doesn't excite me as much as the modern-looking ones do. So when I saw this trailer for Ys, Memories of Celceta, and saw it had modern enough graphics and the adventurous feel I liked from Ys 8, it made me add its spring 2020 release date to my calendar of things I want to play this year. It looks a little older than Ys 8 did, but it looks sharp enough, and the action looks like the fluid style I remember. And since I enjoyed Falcom's Trails of Cold Steel 3 not too long ago, I would love to try more of Falcom's games, so this would be a great excuse. Hopefully we get a more solid release date soon, but also hopefully we get more Ys, since Falcom's president Toshihiro Kondo teased that preparations are underway for the next Ys game. We also still need Ys 9 in the West too, so at the very least more seems to be coming, and let's hope we hear more at some point. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX looks adorable and like everything I want in a Pokemon game, and was a game I nearly missed until I saw its demo sitting in the eShop when I was getting ready to download the Persona 5 Scramble one. As soon as I saw a talking Bulbasaur, I wanted it, and its aesthetics and stories look so cute. So its demo is one that I've downloaded that I'm looking forward to trying, and since it comes out March 6th next month, I'll be considering it in my JRPG plans for March for sure. Speaking of demos, if you want to play as many JRPG ones as possible, I currently have on my PS4 hard drive demos for Sakura Wars, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and Void Terrarium, the last being one I'm extremely excited for and need to do a first impressions on. You can give those a try if you want, all of them are in Japanese except the Pokemon one I talked about, and if there's any of these in particular you'd like to see me try or give my impressions of, please let me know in the comments below. As usual, I had a last minute find for this episode, this time in the form of an upcoming online action RPG for PC called Blue Protocol. I'm not really one to play games on my PC since I mostly just use it for making videos, and that probably won't change, but I happened to see an article about it pop up on Gematsu and was instantly intrigued by it, so I seeked out its trailer and got myself a little excited about it. I love the character designs, the music, and the idea of exploring a planet once ruled by a divine tribe, and it appears that this game is one that completely missed me since its announcement in June of last year, but now I know it exists, it's one I'll be keeping an eye on. The reason it's in the news right now is that Bandai Namco in Japan have just announced its closed beta to be in late March, and applications will open from February 12th, so I'll leave links to that for anyone who wants to apply. It's probably going to be in Japanese, and I hope maybe we see a console release for it at some point, or even just an English one since it looks great. As the final game I couldn't take off this list because I'm so weirdly excited for it, VVVtunia is an upcoming Neptunia game where the adorable Neptune enters the world of VTubers, also known as virtual idols, and the idols are dealing with a phenomenon known as the content-destroying anti that directly threatens their existence. Ever since the Persona 5 Royal stream had Akari Mirai in it, I've had a small fascination with virtual idols, and since the only Neptunia game I've played so far was Producing Perfection that I had a lot of fun with, I'd love to try another idol-based Neptunia game, especially one based around a topic as fun as this. I'll be keeping an eye on it too, and I definitely hope it comes to the West, but so far I love its character designs and kooky idol premise, and hope we see more of it soon. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these stories interested you most, and if you plan to play any of these games. And of course, as usual, if you want to hear me talk about something in the next Quick Takes episode, feel free to leave it in the comments below or reach out to me on social media. I will be trying to get the next one up a lot faster than this one, so hopefully you'll be able to see them in a video soon. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!